How might Tracy twist this situation in her favor? Coronation Street actor Jonathan Howard has hinted at extremely risky times ahead for Carl and Abby Webster as manipulative Tracy Barlow learns about their secret fling. In Friday's upcoming episode, Abi faces her biggest fear when Tracy calls her out for betraying Kevin. While Kevin is away on a break, a suspicious Tracy secretly watches through the Webster house window and catches Abi and Carl sharing a kiss. Tracy, who has also been chasing after Carl, is naturally fascinated by what she's uncovered, and by how she might use it to gain the upper hand. During an exclusive Inside Soap Awards 2025 photo shoot, Jonathan revealed, over the next few weeks, everything will start to unravel. The truth will come out bit by bit, not only about Abi's affair. Carl has more skeletons in his closet that will shock people. He continued, when the affair surfaces, and especially once Tracy finds out, Carl is still fairly new to Weatherfield, so he doesn't really understand what kind of person she is. Jonathan added, Abi, however, knows Tracy all too well and warns Carl that she's trouble, untrustworthy, and extremely dangerous. I also recently learned she's actually killed people. Carl is being rather foolish if he believes he can outsmart or control Tracy. When asked if Carl might regret his actions after tearing his family apart, Jonathan said, possibly. Carl tends to live for the moment. Right now, he's blinded by his attraction to Abi, but his attention span is short. Once he realizes the destruction he's caused within the family, I do hope he feels some guilt about it. He sometimes struggles to tell the difference between love and lust. I think it stems from growing up without his siblings around and having a mother who didn't really give him the affection he needed. Because of that, his understanding of love is a little distorted. I'm not sure he's ever truly experienced real, unconditional love. Jonathan spoke while celebrating his nomination for Best Newcomer at this year's Inside Soap Awards. You can watch the video at the top of the page for a full behind-the-scenes look at the glamorous photo shoot. Reflecting on the recognition, Jonathan said, it was a wonderful surprise, totally unexpected. I'm surrounded by such great talent, so I feel very lucky and happy. Ryan Mulvey, who plays Brody, has also been nominated for Best Newcomer, and since we share a dressing room, I can say he's an absolute joy to work with. If I don't win, I'd love for him to take the award. He added with a smile, in my opinion, everyone should be voting for Coronation Street above the other soaps, simply because it's the longest-running one. It's been on air since 1960. Jonathan wrapped up by saying, no matter where you are in the world, people have heard of Coronation Street. I live in the U.S. now, and even over there, people recognize it. It really is woven into British culture. Coronation Street's Brody heartbroken as another family setback strikes. Brody Michaelis is set to face fresh heartbreak in Coronation Street as his already fragile family situation continues to crumble. With both parents serving time in prison, Brody has been doing everything he can to keep his younger sisters together. The teenager even took on a job so he could support them while they've been living with the Metcalfs. Recently, however, Sally and Tim noticed bruises on Shanice's arm after she got into a scuffle with Joni. Despite Brody pleading with them not to involve social services, Sally was left questioning whether she could ignore the warning signs. Next week, during Adi Alahan's farewell party, Dev catches Brody and Dylan Wilson helping themselves to other guests' drinks. Still furious that Brody once smuggled drugs into his house, Dev kicks the pair out of the Rovers. When Tim challenges him, Dev reveals that Brody had also crashed Adi's house party in an attempt to sell LSD to partygoers, accusing him of trying to wreck yet another gathering. Soon after, Sally and Tim deliver upsetting news to Brody. Social services have intervened, and due to a fresh incident with the girls, Joni will be sent to live with her aunt for the time being. The revelation leaves Brody enraged, devastated that his family is being pulled apart yet again, and he lashes out in frustration. Sally and Tim, though worried, vow to stand by him through the turmoil. A Corey insider revealed, it's no shock that Brody is struggling. His biggest fear was seeing his sisters split up, and now it's come true. After everything they went through with Mason, Sally and Tim are determined not to walk away. They'll fight to support Brody, but with his life spiraling out of control, it's going to be a huge challenge. Dark turn for Theo in Coronation Street as Todd is shaken by a chilling ultimatum. Fans of Coronation Street have begun to notice unsettling behavior from Todd Grimshaw's partner, Theo Silverton, as a more sinister side to him starts to surface. Theo is currently in the middle of a very complicated chapter in his life. After finally accepting his sexuality and committing to a relationship with Todd, he has also had to separate from his wife Danielle while trying to remain present for his 2 children. Matters have been made worse by Noah, a member of a church group that promotes conversion therapy in a bid to cure gay people. Theo himself endured this harmful treatment in the past, leaving him with deep psychological scars. Now Noah is living with Danielle and the children, something that feels like a nightmare for Theo. Todd has been offering his support, but worrying signs are emerging that Theo's behavior towards him is becoming more controlling. Actor Gareth Pierce recently explained, "Right now, viewers are beginning to see Theo's anger issues coming to the surface. There are sudden outbursts that leave Todd shaken, but because Todd understands what Theo went through with conversion therapy, he's perhaps more willing to be patient and guide him through it." Todd is aware of Theo's flaws, but he still believes he can fix things. The love between them makes him hopeful they can work it out. Audiences, however, are probably already picking up on Theo's jealousy and his growing need for control, even if Todd hasn't fully acknowledged it. In the coming episodes, Theo's jealousy becomes harder to ignore and eventually leads to him issuing Todd with a shocking demand. He grows irritated after Gemma tells him she's hosting drinks in honor of her late brother Paul, with Todd and Billy among the guests. Later, Theo manipulates Todd into staying home with him instead of going to the pub. The following day, Billy spots Theo's son Miles on the street alongside Noah, handing out leaflets. Billy approaches him, warning that he's being misled by dangerous people and urging him to recognize who truly cares for him. But Theo becomes enraged over Billy's involvement with his son and his ongoing closeness with Todd. Pushed over the edge, Theo tells Todd he must cut Billy out of his life completely, forcing him to choose between them. Todd is stunned by the demand, but Theo makes it clear he isn't bluffing. Unless Todd ends his connection with Billy for good, their relationship is finished.